Hello darlings, you are welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the betrayals, tension, heartbreaks, and shocking twists in Sacred Love's upcoming episodes. Moments that will keep you at the very edge of your seats. From Adrija secretly plotting to sabotage Megala's performance, to Ramber clashing with Zoravar in defense of Megala, and just when the storm seems overwhelming, Megala finally wins the love and support of the entire family. A moment that will melt your heart. Please like and turn on notifications for more of your favorite drama highlights. Let's dive in. It all begins with Adrija plotting with her close friend Neha, who is also a contestant in the Sangeet Superstar competition, to remove Megala from the show, telling her to do everything possible to bring Megala down. Setting their plan into motion, Neha teases Megala in the changing room about her mentor, Anurag Ghosh. Megala explains that she joined the competition because of her husband's encouragement, but Neha and her friends mock her for not being as educated as Adrija. Siddharth overhears their bullying and steps in, warning them to stop and support each other instead. Later, Megala asks Siddharth if education is required for the contest. He assures her that only performance and talent matter. When Megala thanks him, Neha sees them talking and spreads rumors that Megala is having an affair with Siddharth and trying to steal Adrija's fiancé. Megala warns Neha to stop, but Neha walks away angrily. Meanwhile, Chandan and Anurag arrive at the venue, hoping to see Megala. Though it's against the rules, Megala manages to meet Anurag and take his blessings before performing. She also checks on Adrija, who pretends to be fine but secretly burns with jealousy. Ramber encourages Megala to stay confident, and she surprises him by touching his feet for blessings. As the show begins, the host introduces the judges and contestants. Ramber prays for Megala's success, while Adrija smiles, hoping Megala will fail. Sachin, the first contestant, gives a great performance that earns applause from everyone, including the judges and special guest. Next, Neha performs and also gets praised, with the judges saying she could even win the competition. Just then, Meher arrives, surprising everyone. She says Zoravar went to work, so she came to watch Megala's performance. When Megala is called on stage, she feels nervous since it's her first time performing. The host encourages her to do her best. Ramber tells his friends he just wants Megala to give her best, not necessarily win. Adrija overhears and feels upset. Megala sings beautifully, and everyone enjoys it. Two judges praise her, but one says she still needs more practice. Backstage, Simran and Perm defend Megala's talent when Adrija tries to compare her to Neha. Adrija gets angry. Later, Piyush and Shreya perform. The judges discuss their strengths, and Ramber stays hopeful for Megala's chances, while Adrija hopes for the worst. All the contestants give their best, and then the host announces that only 5 contestants will move to the semifinals. Everyone waits nervously as the names are called. Megala's name isn't mentioned at first, making her family anxious, while Adrija secretly enjoys it. Finally, the host calls Megala as the last contestant to qualify. Her family celebrates with joy, while Adrija becomes furious. Later, Megala meets her family, receives blessings, and shares a hug with Ramber. Adrija pretends to congratulate her but later meets Neha, who reveals her plan to ruin Megala's next performance by turning others against her and getting help from a biased judge. At home, Megala happily talks with her family about the next round. They all encourage her not to doubt herself and take a cheerful selfie together. Meanwhile, Adrija and Neha plot again, agreeing to remove Megala from the competition. The next day, Neha and her friends manipulate a backstage worker named Joy, convincing him to spike Megala's drink. Though scared, Joy agrees. Meanwhile, Teju visits Megala, thanking her for past help. They share an inspiring talk where Megala encourages Teju not to give up on her dreams. Later, Ramber asks to talk to Megala alone. He tells her about a dream where he loses her, and she comforts him, promising she'll never leave. Siddharth joins them, gives Megala some advice, and jokes when she invites him to dinner after the competition. After he leaves, Megala tells Ranbir she has a surprise for him during her performance. Ranbir tells her not to worry about winning, only to do her best. Meanwhile, Neha and her friends convince Joy to spike Megala's drink, even bribing him. They celebrate when their plan is ready. Later, Neha tricks Megala into drinking it by pretending it's a throat-soothing drink recommended by a judge. Megala drinks it, unaware it's been drugged. As Megala starts feeling unwell, the show continues. Siddharth gives his performance, and the host explains the semi-final rounds. When Megala's turn comes, she dedicates her song to her husband, surprising and touching Ranbir. She performs beautifully while everyone praises her, except Adrija, who secretly smirks, certain that Megala's downfall is near. Meher praises Megala's performance, followed by applause from the audience. Anthara and Siddharth also praise Megala, but Rajinikant criticizes her stage presence and gives her a low score, upsetting her family while Adrija feels pleased. Next, Neha performs confidently and receives high praise from the judges, especially Rajinikant, who calls her a strong finalist. Her score ends up higher than Megala's, which makes Adrija and Neha happy. Megala's family worries and suspects Rajinikant of being unfair. As Piyush and Sachin perform, Megala begins coughing and struggling with her throat, but she hides it. Neha notices her discomfort and feels satisfied that their plan is working. During a short break, Megala's family comforts her and praises her effort. Siddharth also praises her performance and jokes with her and Ranbir. Ranbir tells Megala he's proud of her, and they share a sweet hug, which annoys Adrija. Soon after, Megala starts coughing harder, alarming everyone. She admits her throat feels strange. At that moment, Neha tells Adrija that their plan against Megala has worked perfectly. Adrija smiles, pleased to see Megala in trouble. Ranbir asks Megala if she's okay, but before she can answer, she's called in for the next round. Her family wishes her luck as she heads inside. The judges' round begins with Rajinikant asking Neha to sing a specific song. Neha performs confidently, earning cheers and praise from the judges, while Megala quietly struggles with her throat. Adrija loudly supports Neha, annoying Perm. The special guest even calls Neha the toughest competitor. Next, Shreya performs beautifully and receives praise from Siddharth and Anthara, though Rajinikant stays expressionless. Then Piyush sings an emotional song that moves Anthara to tears and earns positive feedback from all the judges. Sachin performs next and also impresses everyone with his improvement. Finally, it's Megala's turn. Her family feels nervous, especially Meher, but Ranbir reassures them. Rajinikant suddenly decides to challenge Megala to perform a Ma Durga mantra in a folk style. Everyone is shocked by the tough demand, but Megala bravely accepts. She begins her performance and stuns everyone with her voice. But halfway through, she starts struggling because of her throat problem. Neha and Adrija smile, while Rajinikant looks satisfied. He declares Megala disqualified for not completing the song. Siddharth defends her, saying her effort deserves credit, but Anthara sides with Rajinikant, calling it unfair to others. The host turns to the special guest, saying only he can save Megala now, as Ranbir silently prays for a miracle. The guest praises her talent but refuses, saying it wouldn't be fair to the others. Megala, Ranbir, and the whole family are heartbroken, while Adrija secretly rejoices. Megala humbly thanks the organizers and her family, wishing her fellow contestants well before leaving the stage in tears. Later, Megala breaks down in her room. Ranbir and his family rush to her and ask about her throat. She admits she drank cold water, remembering Joy's words, which shocks everyone. Arjun angrily suggests confronting the organizers, but Ranbir disagrees, saying Megala should only get a second chance if they offer it willingly. Adrija pretends to care as Anurag and Chandan arrive to comfort Megala. They discuss asking the organizers for another chance. Ranbir initially refuses, but finally agrees after seeing everyone's support. They contact the organizers, giving Adrija a scare, though she hides it and acts supportive. Anurag reminds everyone that Megala doesn't need to prove her talent to anyone, and tells them to stay hopeful. Later, When the family returns home, Zoravar confronts them angrily for hiding the truth about Megala's participation. Rambur stands up to him, defending Megala and saying he's ready to leave the house if needed. Megala tries to explain her reasons, but Zoravar insults her for losing the competition, calling her useless and blaming her for ruining the family's name, while Adrija silently enjoys the scene. Arjun and Simran defend Megala, saying it was just an accident. Rambur argues with Zoravar, accusing him of always crushing people's dreams like he did with Meher. Zoravar mocks Megala's failure, but Megala stands up for herself, saying she has her family's support. Hurt by his words, she promises to win his love by proving herself one day. Arjun and Meher believe Megala will still get another chance, while Adrija secretly thinks Neha will win. The next day, Megala feels too ashamed to attend the finals, but Rambur encourages her, reminding her she doesn't have to prove herself to anyone. At the venue, Megala is happy to see Chandan and Anurag. Siddharth apologizes for not being able to help her, while Rajnikant mocks Anurag but ends up embarrassed. Anurag reveals his link to Rajnikant and apologizes to Megala, who proudly says she's glad to be his student. As the final round begins, Arjun says Megala deserves to be on stage, not in the audience. Adrija tries to comfort Megala, but she can't hide her sadness. The host announces the final 3 rounds of the competition. Sachin performs first and gets good comments from the judges. Next, Piyush performs and also earns praise. Meanwhile, Puram and Arjun talk about how Megala deserves to be in the finals. Just before Neha's turn, the host receives a message revealing that, due to huge audience requests, one eliminated contestant will return. Everyone waits anxiously, and the host announces that Megala is back in the competition. Megala and her family are overjoyed, while Neha and Adrija are furious. Neha performs next and tops the scoreboard. Then Megala performs, impressing everyone except Rajnikant, Adrija, and Neha. Siddharth gives her a standing ovation, and Megala becomes the second highest scorer. Adrija tries to create problems, but Rambur ignores her. In the duet round, Neha and Piyush perform first and receive high marks. Megala and Sachin follow, giving a great performance that even Rajnikant praises. During the break, Megala hugs Rambur, and her family celebrates her comeback. Anurag encourages her to give her best in the final round, while Adrija looks annoyed and jealous. Meher tells Megala she's proud of her no matter what happens. Siddharth then encourages Megala to sing like a true winner and forget her past pain. Rambur sees them talking and later asks Megala about it. Megala smiles and says she's ready to win, making Rambur happy. The finale begins with Sachin's performance, which impresses everyone. Next, Neha performs, but while Rajnikant enjoys it, the other judges are disappointed. Adrija starts to worry. Piyush performs next, earning mixed reactions. Rajnikant praises him, but Siddharth and Anthara disagree. Finally, Megala performs. Everyone gives her a standing ovation except Rajnikant, until he surprises everyone by standing and praising her too. The host then announces that Megala and Neha are tied, so there will be a tiebreaker round. Neha performs first, followed by Megala, whose performance wins everyone's hearts. When the final result is announced, the judges and audience votes crown Megala Bajwa as the winner. Her family celebrates with tears of joy, while Adrija stands in shock and anger. Megala smiles brightly as she lifts the trophy, fulfilling her dream. That's a wrap for now, fams. See you in the next. Much love.